Dear students, today we are going to discuss about how to compute income from house property. In the last session, we have already discussed about gross annual value and annual value. Hope that you remember how to calculate expected rent, gross annual value, etc. Okay, now let us learn how to compute income from house property. For computation, let us make a categorization between self-occupied house and let-out house property. First, let us study how to compute income from let-out house property. Okay, what is let-out house property? A property given out on rent is known as let-out house property. See this chart. You have to draw a table like this. You can insert 3 columns, one particular column and 2 amount columns, one inner column and one outer column. Okay. So first you have to write gross annual value. You already know how to calculate gross annual value. If you are confused with the calculation of gross annual value, please watch our previous video. Okay. So first you have to write gross annual value in outer column. From that you have to deduct 2 items. First one, unrealized rent. What is unrealized rent? Unrealized rent means rent that couldn't realize from the tenant. Okay, that you have to write here. Next one is municipal tax paid by owner. You have to remind one thing. You can deduct municipal tax only if it is paid by owner. If municipal tax is due, you can't deduct that item. Like that, if municipal tax is paid by tenant, you can't deduct municipal tax. You can deduct municipal tax only if it is paid by owner. Okay. So from gross annual value, you have to deduct unrealized rent and municipal tax paid by owner. Then you will be getting annual value. From annual value, you can deduct 30% of annual value as standard deduction. This is annual value figure. 30% of annual value you can deduct as a standard deduction. Okay, next item is interest on capital borrowed. Interest on capital borrowed means interest on loan. Interest on loan is the sum of current year interest and 1/5 of pre-construction period interest. Pre-construction period interest I will explain you later. Okay, for let-out house property you can deduct the entire interest on home loan. After that, if there is any unrealized rent recovered item, then you can add that item. You can write that figure in the inner column. Then you can deduct 30% standard deduction. That means you can deduct 30% of this figure, this unrealized rent recovered. You can deduct 30% of unrealized rent recovered as standard deduction. And after deducting that figure, you can write in the outer column. Okay. Then again you have to add if there is any arrear of rent received. What is arrear of rent? Arrear of rent means rent pertaining to prior years received in the current year. Okay. It could be due to reasons like increase in rent with retrospective effect. That is called arrears of rent. Arrears of rent means rent pertaining to prior years received in the current year. If any arrear of rent, you can write that amount in the inner column and you can deduct 30% standard deduction. That means 30% of this arrear of rent you can deduct as standard deduction. Then balance figure you can write in the outer column. After adding this, you will be getting income from house property. Okay. Hope that you understood how to calculate income from house property. That means let out house property. Okay, now let us see how to compute income from self-occupied house property. What is self-occupied house? A house occupied by the owner for residential purpose is self-occupied house property. So, the method is, first you have to write gross annual value. Gross annual value for self-occupied house is nil. You have to remember that gross annual value of a self-occupied house is always nil. Then you can deduct municipal tax paid by owner, that is not allowable item. As gross annual value is nil, you municipal tax paid by owner is also not allowable item. Okay, then you will be getting annual value. Annual value will be naturally nil. Then again, less deductions, 30% of annual value, not allowable because annual value is nil. So 30% of annual value is not allowable item. Next one, interest on capital borrowed. Interest on capital borrowed means interest on loan. Here you have to understand about what is the interest on loan for, what is the deduction regarding interest on loan for self-occupied house property. In respect of self-occupied residential house property, interest incurred on capital borrowed for the purpose of acquisition or construction of house property shall be allowed as deduction up to rupees 2 lakhs. Okay, interest on capital or interest on loan shall be allowed as deduction up to rupees 2 lakhs. That loan may be taken for the purpose of either acquisition or construction of house property. The deduction shall be allowed if loan is borrowed on or after 1/4/1999 and acquisition or construction as the case may be, and it should be completed within 5 years. Okay, so deduction amount is, you can deduct up to rupees 2 lakh. Interest on loan, maximum deduction amount is up to rupees 2 lakh. In respect of self-occupied residential house property, interest incurred on loan for the purpose of, if the purpose is for reconstruction or repair or renewal of a house property, then deduction amount is, maximum limit is rupees 30,000. Okay, if it is for acquisition or construction, maximum amount of interest is rupees 2 lakhs. And if you are taking loan for the purpose of reconstruction, repair or renewal of a house property, maximum deduction is rupees 30,000. In scenario before Finance Act 2019, if an assessee had more than one property for self-occupation, then only one of those would be considered as self-occupied for taxation purpose. The other self-occupied property would be considered as deemed to be let out. Okay, but with effect from assessment year 2020-21, deduction for interest paid or payable on loan shall be allowed in respect of 2 self-occupied house property, not 1 self-occupied house property, 2 self-occupied house properties. So assessee can have 2 self-occupied house property, and if there is more than 2 self-occupied house property, other house property shall be deemed to be let out house properties. However, the aggregate amount of deduction under this provision shall remain same, that is 30,000 or 2 lakhs as the case may be. 30,000 for reconstruction, repair or renewal, and 2 lakh for acquisition or construction of house property. Okay, so that interest on loan, that you can deduct here. Here gross annual value nil, annual value nil. From that figure you can deduct interest on loan figure. So naturally you will be getting a negative figure, right? So that is loss from house property, not income from house property, it is loss from house property. Okay, hope you understood how to compute income from let out house property and income from self occupied house property. You will understand it more clear. You will get more clear when we will do problems. Okay, thank you.